Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2, and what a crazy, crazy Premier League game at Stamford Bridge. Yes, people, we're back to another Arsenal match reaction. Wow, I did not see that one coming. I spent basically the whole game talking on Twitter about how poor this Arsenal performance was. I made no mistake about it. Draw or loss, this was a terrible Arsenal performance here today. We did not click into gear at any point during this football match. But somehow, some way, we've found a way to get a point from this game. And I sat here and I did say, right, when it went to 2-2, I said, if we somehow win this game, we're going to win the league, for a fact. If we won this game, we would have won the league. Because, look, guys, I've got a lot to say regarding this football match. First of all, congrats to the team for never giving up. I have to start with that. Congratulations, because we never did give up. This was not at all an easy game to play against. I think going into this game, I didn't expect it to be easy. Look, Chelsea, not the Chelsea we're used to in recent seasons, but they're still a dangerous opposition. You can see that by the fact they've got still quality players on the football pitch. And Chelsea were by far today the better team. I'm going to hold my hands up as an Arsenal fan and say that. I think there's no shame in admitting that. Today, Chelsea were the better team. They deserved to win the football match. But we didn't give up. And I've got to give the team 100% credit for that. Chelsea made a criminal mistake through Robert Sanchez, giving the ball away to Rice. What a finish. And after that, we found a way to get a point and we keep the ship moving in the right direction. We're unbeaten. Guys, let me know in the live chat if you agree. For me, this is a point gained. I believe this is a point gained. Now, actually, the true answer is we don't know. Is it a point gained? Is it 2 points lost? Right now, we do not know. Why? Because we have to see what happens in the future. We have to see what happens in the subsequent following matches. But right now, when I look here, I think it's a point gained. I think the way the match went, I think the way we were basically dead and buried, yet we still found a way to win this football match. I think it has to go down as a point gain, to be honest with you guys. And look, there's a lot to analyze, so much to analyze. Let's start off the game starting off. I think Chelsea set up perfectly tactically. Absolutely perfectly, man. I think they were superb tactically. I think Pochettino knew exactly what he was doing. He played a real competitive, aggressive front midfield three in there with Caicedo, with Enzo Fernandez, and with Gallagher in there as well. And I think it was fantastic. And at times, Gallagher was pushing forward to supplement the front three with Mudryk, Cole Palmer, and Sterling. And Arsenal could not play out the back. We could not find those passes in midfield to break apart Chelsea. I think Chelsea's setup was brilliant from minute one. And then when they go forward, right, Arsenal didn't know what to do defensively. We're so used to playing up against target men, whether it was Saliba and Gabriel, defending against Haaland last couple of weeks ago. Now we've got Cole Palmer down the middle, Mudryk drifting there, Sterling drifted there. We didn't really know what to do for Arsenal Football Club. So to be honest with you, right, I think Chelsea and Pochettino pulled a masterclass here today. Absolutely masterclass. I think he out-tacticked Mikel Arteta from minute one, Pochettino. I thought Chelsea were by far the better tactically. And I think that, look, they can count themselves mighty unlucky to not win this football game. You look at the penalty given now, guys, look. Obviously, this is very ironic given I just reviewed the game between Liverpool and Everton literally 2-3 hours ago where a similar thing happened, right? And I think it's a penalty. Now, I think this one is more harsh than the Michael Keane one against Liverpool. I will say that. But I do believe it's a penalty. Now, why is it a penalty? Because let's be honest with it, guys, yeah? It was, in my opinion, from Saliba, arm outstretched. And that is a penalty in this day and age. I don't like it. You guys probably won't like it either. I definitely don't like seeing that in football. But it's the way the cookie crumbles nowadays. That is the law in the football nowadays. If your arm is outstretched, they're going to give away a penalty. I don't love the rule. I said it in the game between Liverpool and Everton. I would be debating the rule book rather than debating the referees, to be honest with this one. But it's just the way it is. A penalty was given. And to be fair, guys, I don't think we started that game fantastically anyway. I thought Chelsea were by far the better team. And I think they deserved to go in front 1-0. We didn't get a shot on target in that whole first half. Then we go forward into the second half, right? And I've talked about David Raya in previous videos and how I said that all the stats about, oh, David Raya doesn't make mistakes. Ramsdale makes mistakes. David Raya doesn't. I think it's all waffle, man. All waffle. David Raya today made a couple criminal mistakes again, man. Criminal mistakes in that team. What was he thinking? Like, that cross for Mudryk, why is he standing so far out the box? In the first half, something similar happened where I believe it was it Enzo Fernandez or someone like that took a shot and the ball was standing on the penalty spot. Not even back in his goal. I don't get it. Is it Arteta telling him to do that? Is it the goalkeeping coach? What is he doing sometimes, David Raya, man? I feel like he needs to take some time out of the team and Ramsdale needs to come back in because he was, again today, I thought very, very suspect. Very suspect. And of course, same happened with Sanchez in Chelsea's goal. But yeah, both goalkeepers suspect today, man. But yeah, we go 2-0 down, deservedly so. Never looked like scoring. We weren't really going forward whatsoever. The team had no cohesion. The team didn't really look like we were looking to score any goals. We had no incision. I thought Martin Odegaard was anonymous. I thought Saka basically was anonymous as well. Martinelli was trying, but he was about the only one. I thought Zinchenko was lost, especially defensively. He had no clue what was happening when he didn't have the ball. I thought Jorginho, look, he tries his best, but he weren't exactly a ball carrier. I still don't know why Thomas Partey didn't start this game. I thought Rice was okay in midfield, but I thought it wasn't his greatest game, to be fair. I thought if you look at the back, I thought Ben White, I don't know what's happened, but he changed his haircut and changed his football skills. He was crap. I thought Saliba and Gabriel were subpar as well. Saliba lost all composure in that game at times. And then you look at David Ryan, he weren't great either. No one in that Arsenal team got over a 6 out of 10 in my performance if you look at the player ratings. None of them. But then, out of nowhere, as the game's drifting towards a 2-0 Chelsea victory, Robert Sanchez clearing the ball straight into Declan Rice's path. And what a finish, man. Underrated finish to absolutely pinpoint accuracy into the corner, man, like a dart into the corner. I thought it was fantastic there by Declan Rice to get that goal. Superb, absolutely superb strike from Declan Rice. But then at 2-1, I'm still thinking, okay, now we put the momentum on. Now we go and try and get another goal. Chelsea was still the better team after 2-1. Chelsea was still had the ball. Chelsea was still taking possession. We didn't really go forward. Then out of nowhere, with an absolutely crazy break, Saka, back post, Trossard, scores. And this annoyed me right here. This annoyed me from Trossard. The brother's celebrating. Why are you celebrating? Why are you celebrating a 2-2? He goes basically to the crowd, starts celebrating. Brother, get the ball and get back to the halfway line. It's 2-2 with 6-7 minutes left plus added time. Go for the victory. You've got all the momentum. That killed us right there, man. As soon as that went 2-2, I would have been going for the football, back to the halfway line, try and win the game. Did we deserve the victory? Absolutely not. But this is football. This is where we're at. With 7 minutes to go, we've got the last 2 goals. Momentum's in our favour. We've had the more possession now recently. Go for the victory. Chelsea lost their heads, but we didn't. We kind of like celebrated the 2-2. Now, I said I think it's a point gained in my opinion. I think a lot of Arsenal fans will sit here complaining, saying, I can't believe we lost. It's a terrible result. But look, I'll be honest with you guys right, yeah? I think a point's a good result for us here, man. Now, before the game, is a point a good result? No. 100% it isn't. But guys, understand this right here, yeah? You're going to play bad games in the Premier League. You will not go 38 games playing well every single football match, guys. Remember this. In a 38-game season, you will not win every single match playing unbelievably. You will play bad in games. And for Arsenal, this was one of the games we played bad in. This is the worst Arsenal performance I've seen in a long time. Genuinely a long, long time. I can't remember the last time we played this bad. I genuinely cannot remember the last time we played this bad. But the thing is, we found a way to get a point. So for me, it's a point gained. Before the game, it would have been a point lost. But having watched the 90 minutes and having watched the performance where we did not deserve even anything from that game, let alone a point, it's a point gained. Now, the correct answer is, we don't know if it's a point gained because I said last year when we drew 2-2 to Liverpool, it's a point gained because it's away at Anfield. And lo and behold, we go on to draw at West Ham, draw at Southampton, lose to Man City, lose to Brighton, and lose the Premier League title. So you don't know if it's a point gain. But right now, from my position, I think it's a point gain, to be honest. I've watched the game. I've watched the fact we did not deserve anything from that football match, and we kept the ship moving in the right direction. We remain unbeaten. Now, this Arsenal team will not go invincible. Make no mistake about it whatsoever before I make this point. But when the Arsenal team went unbeaten for the Invincible season, not many people know this, yeah? If anything, actually, true Arsenal fans, yeah? Let me know in the live chat if you know this, right? What was Arsenal's record when we went unbeaten in the Premier League after 38 games? It was not 30-plus wins. We won 26 matches and drew 12 and lost 0. We drew 12 matches going unbeaten. What does that tell you? That doesn't tell you that we were winning games. That tells you that all we did was not lose. We still only won 26 games. That's not an amazing amount of games to win in a Premier League season. Man City and Liverpool would have beaten us for the title every year in the past 6 seasons if the Invincible team played with that record. So all we did with that Invincibles team was not lose football matches. And it was games like this. Games like this was like the Invincibles team. You're losing 2-0, playing terribly, but you find a way to draw. You find a way to steal a point at Stamford Bridge. And it's a good point in my eyes in that respect. Look, Chelsea are not a good team. And I think it's a criminal that we even made Chelsea look like a good team today, to be honest with you guys. Because Chelsea are nowhere near a good football team. But we found a way to get a point, man. And I have to take it. You have to take it in that respect, guys. Look, I know we're not going to be delighted with this. I know we're not going to be sitting there thinking, oh, my days. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe we didn't win this game. Chelsea are crap. I get it. I get it, man. Chelsea are not the greatest team. This is a a subpar Chelsea team. But on the balance of today's game, Chelsea were the better team. Chelsea had the confidence for some reason. Chelsea deserved the victory, but we did not lose. You take the point. You take it. Trust me, guys, you take the point, man. And we progress. We move forward. We're level on points with Man City after 9 games. We're a point ahead of Liverpool. Tottenham will probably go back to the top of the Premier League after Monday's game, but it doesn't matter. It's another game checked off. It's a tough away game, and we've got a point from it. Liverpool drew against Chelsea as well. It's not an easy game whatsoever. I'm annoyed because I know on another day we would beat Chelsea 100%, but it's one of those things, man. Let's get into some of your comments. Anish, appreciate your stream, my friend. Yo, we lost. The result shows 2-2, but what the hell? Everyone was crap on the field. Rice cleaned 30% of the crap, and Trossard cleaned 70% of it. But I'll be real with you right now. Yeah, it was not a good game. Not a good game whatsoever from Arsenal. Terrible performance. Terrible car crash performance. Worst performance I've seen in a long, long time. But it's a 2-2 draw. It's a 2-2 draw. And draws keep the ship moving. That's all they do. Draws keep the ship moving in the right direction. We're not full pedal. We're not in gear 5 or anything like that. But we kept it moving in the right direction. We didn't stall the car. And that's the right thing. That's the right thing, man. We keep it moving. Look, when you can't win a game, don't lose it. Don't lose it. I still think we could have done enough to win that game in the final 10 minutes. I still think when Trossard makes it 2-2, he should get the football, get back to the halfway line and find a winner, like I believe Man City would have done in that position. But look, it shows it that we were probably happy with a 2-2 draw. I think, to be fair with you guys, I'll take the 2-2, given the balance of the game. Given that I definitely would have taken it after 75 minutes, make no mistake about it. Just before Rice scored, I was definitely taking it. But you got to look at it and say, look, it's a draw, and it's a draw that moves us forward, man. Is it a good result? Who knows? Our next game is against Sheffield United, then we've got Newcastle away. If we get 2 wins out of 2 in those next 2 games, it's a good draw. If we drop results in those next 2 games, it's a bad draw. So draws are all about what happens in your next football match, in my opinion. If you can turn a loss into a draw, can you follow up with a win in your next game? That's what it's all about. Because if you turn a loss into a draw, then draw, lose your next game, that draw ends up becoming not 2 points dropped, but 4 points or 5 points dropped. Do you get what I mean? So I think this draw is all about how we progress into the next football match. We've got Sheffield United, obviously we've got Champions League in midweek, but our next Premier League game is Sheffield United at the Emirates Stadium. It should be a win. Let's be real with it right now. Sheffield United are about to play Manchester United in about 20 minutes time, but we should be beating them. Let's be real with it. But who knows, man? Anything can happen in life and in football. C1, I appreciate John, my friend, I'm doing really well. I'm so devastated, but I can't even be angry at how this team played. Just needs to cut out mistakes. Yeah, C1, 100% you're right in this. You can't be annoyed because Chelsea, they played very well today. Very, very well. I thought you were by far the better team. Not even close. You thoroughly deserved this victory, man. Thoroughly deserved it. And look, on another day, you would have won this game. Definitely would have. Robert Sanchez made a criminal error in there. But look, I think you got to take a lot of positives in this performance if you're Chelsea. A lot of positives because you deserve to win this game. The most clinical player for me for Arsenal was Ben White. Really, I thought Ben White was terrible, man. I thought Ben White was subpar, to be honest with you. Nothing against Ben White. I just think that he didn't do enough today. I think he changed his hair, and it's like his football abilities went as well. He tried to copy Trossard with his haircut, but boy, he ended up performing like Andre Santos at right back. Malia, I'm annoyed we didn't get the win. Yeah, I get it. But look, it's a point, man. You got to move forward with the point. I feel like an old head celebrating a point, but you get what I mean? Saliba was reckless. Yes, Saliba didn't have his best game today. I think that penalty threw him mentally. Because look, it's a penalty, right? But I don't think Saliba should sit there and be annoyed about a penalty. I'm not there shouting at Saliba for giving away that penalty, by the way. It's not like a penalty where he slide tackled and something stupid like that. I am not blaming Saliba for giving away that penalty. Yes, it's a penalty given the way of the law nowadays, the letter of the law. But that's not Saliba's fault. He can't do anything. He's jumped up like that, and that's how you jump up. You can't jump up like this with your hands by your side. You jump up and have your arms up for balance. It's the way it is nowadays. Yes, a penalty is given, but I'm not going to blame Saliba for that. But I think that penalty given, it threw him off mentally. He started being a bit shaky, started clearing the ball up in the air sometimes. He should have just moved on from it, man. The best players, what they do is they make a mistake, then they remove it from their brain. They learn the lessons and remove it. Look at Thiago Silva today, man. Brother's like 36, 37, still cleaning house at the back foot. Thiago Silva had a fantastic game. Neither goalkeeper was good enough. I agree. I don't think either keeper was good today. Ramsdale needs to be back for the next 2 games. I think Ramsdale should be back as well, personally. Let's be honest here, both teams lost today. I don't care. It's how you look at it, man. Like glass half full, glass half empty. I think, to be fair, I think it's a good point for both teams. It's a good point for both teams, man. I disagree with you right here, C1. I think it's a good point for both teams. I think it's a good point for Chelsea because they would not have expected to perform like this against Arsenal. And if it wasn't for a mistake, you would have won the game today. Look, are Chelsea going to win the league this season? No. Are Chelsea going to get top 4 this season? Maybe, but in my opinion, no. So for them, it's all about getting performances back. They've had a terrible start to the season. They've won their last 2 games against Fulham and against Burnley, but overall their season's been terrible. So for them to get a point here today against Arsenal, it's a good point. Trust me, it's a good point, man. The performances were good. It's not a point where they scraped the point here, Chelsea. Chelsea were a good team. They deserved at least a point. So I think for them, it's a good point. And for Arsenal, before the game, would you have taken a point? No, I agree. But after the game's played, you got to take a point, man. You got to take a point because it was a terrible, terrible performance from Arsenal. Terrible. So I think if you're Arsenal, right, you take the point and you move forward, man. Take the point and you move forward because it was not a fantastic performance whatsoever. I say that with a full opinion. Not a good performance whatsoever, but we take the point. Well, for 2 different reasons. Maybe Zinchenko's not a defender yet. Zinchenko again, man, looked far off it. Far off it. Thomas shouldn't be on the bench. Yeah, look, another thing that pissed me off today, man. Look, if Thomas Partey's fit enough to play, he should be on the team. Like, it should be. Why? If he's fit enough to be on the bench, he should be on the starting 11, like in the pitch. Why are you playing Jorginho? I understand some Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, but he's not quite fit. You got to give him some time." Bro didn't even come off the bench. If you're on the bench, you're fit enough to start, in my opinion. If anything, you give him 60 minutes and sub him off. I think it would have been far better with Partey on the pitch today, man. Far better. World-class finish. Yeah, world-class finish from Declan Rice, man. Why is ESR not playing? Because, look, I thought Smith Rowe was a little bit rusty today as well off the bench. Not his fault, just because he hasn't played a lot of minutes recently. He's just not Arteta's type of player. I don't blame him, man. He's not an Arteta fan. So ESR's not. Arteta doesn't rate him. And look, if you don't rate him, fine. Then sell him, though. I don't get why you're keeping him around the club. Mikel's going to have to back up ideas. Yeah, I agree, man. Because I thought he got out-tacticked, to be fair with you, man. I thought he got outclassed by Pochettino in his team selection, in his tactics on the pitch. I thought Pochettino's choices were far better than us today. So I think Arteta's got to look at himself and go, yeah, I made some wrong decisions today, definitely. Geordie, appreciate on stream, my friend, they're doing really well. However, the lads, what a comeback from Arsenal. Chelsea were a better team until 70-75 minutes, but then it's all over. Yeah, and a big win for Newcastle as well, beating Crystal Palace, I believe, 4-0. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I thought Chelsea were a better team to start the game. But I thought Arsenal, once it went to 2-1, and once it went to 2-2, Arsenal should have found a way to win the game. We did not deserve to win the game, but at 2-2, you should have understood that. You know how I talk about in the Liverpool-Everton game, smell blood? I think at 2-2, we should have smelt blood. We should have identified that this game's here for the taking now, man. We've not deserved to win this game, but it is there for the taking. Find a way to go forward and win that game. But we didn't quite do it, man. It's just one of those things. It's a point. Yeah, exactly. It's a point at the end of the day. Better than losing. 100% is better than losing, man. Just a quick question. How can Chelsea bounce back from this heartbreak next week against Brentford? It's not heartbreak, C-Man, first of all. It's definitely not heartbreak, given that you are the better teams. Yes, you drew the game, but you didn't lose, A, and B, your performances are more important than results for Chelsea. I don't care what anyone says. You can say, oh, that's a bad mentality. Right now, performances are a better thing than the results for Chelsea. Chelsea need performances because their performances this season have been crap. It's not heartbreak. You played well today. It's just one of those things. It's football. I think you bounce back from this game against Brentford by matching the standards. You set the benchmark now. You set what everyone needs to perform at. Continue it. You found, in my opinion, a starting 11 that might work right now. Cole Palmer, Mudryk, and Sterling. Run with it next game. It's much better balance in the team. Bobby, appreciate it on stream, my friend. We're doing really well. We need to do a serious business in the winter. The owners need to support the team and invest. I agree, man. I think we're missing a striker for a fact. I think at some point in this game, right, when we were struggling to really get out of our box and Chelsea were closing off passing names, we needed an Ivan Toney up front or even a Kai Havertz up front just to basically win some knockdowns and get us up the pitch because we were not getting any incisive pass through midfield. I thought once again, Ødegaard was non-existent today, man. Non-existent in that game. Honestly, I forgot Ødegaard was playing. Saka as well was non-existent. He got an assist, but blimey, he was crap as well, Saka. So yeah, I think we need some serious players, man. I'm looking at 2 players in my eyes. Ivan Toney and Pedro Neto. Those are the 2 players I'm looking at for Arsenal to sign in January. Rice helped us a lot, not only the goal, but in midfield. Yeah, I thought, look, Rice didn't have his greatest game, but I thought he still was better than a lot of the other players on the pitch for Arsenal. I'm just mad because we beat City last game, which is our expectations so high. I hear you, Anish. I 100% hear you. But look, City at home and Chelsea away, 4 points out of 6 is not bad. Trust me, it's not bad, man. Chelsea's not an easy game on the calendar. I know that Chelsea obviously are not the greatest team right now, and I know Chelsea are definitely nowhere near what we've seen from them in gone-by seasons. But Chelsea at Stamford Bridge is still a dangerous game. Guys, trust me, it's a point games, man. And you guys have watched me for a long time, those of you that have been here before. You know that my opinion on Arsenal, I always say it as it is. I will say when it's crap. I will genuinely say it when it's crap. This is the point games. I'll tell you why it's a point gain, Arsenal fans. Anyone that disagrees, listen to my point right now when I tell you it's a point gain. Before the game, would I have taken a point? No. I wanted to win before the game, 100%. But in a 38-game Premier League season, you will not play well in every single game. Trust me, guys. Man City will not play well in every single game. Arsenal will not play well in every single 30 game in a 38-game season. But what you have to do is in the games you don't play well, don't lose. In the year Arsenal went unbeaten in the Premier League season, right? 2003, 2004. What was Arsenal's record? Let me know in the live chat. In the season, Arsenal went unbeaten, the Invincibles, 20 years before today. What was our record? I'll tell you. It was 26 wins and 12 draws and 0 losses. 26 wins, 12 draws and 0 losses. Man City and Liverpool would have beaten us to the title in the past 5 seasons had Arsenal had that record. What does that show you, that record? That shows you that Arsenal, in that Invincible season, didn't just win games. We found a way not to lose matches. We turned losses into draws rather than draws into wins. And it's important. Guys, today was like an Invincibles performance and result. Sorry, not performance. Today was like an Invincibles result. We found a way to not lose the game. We found a way to stay unbeaten after 9 Premier League matches. We did not deserve a point from this game. We didn't deserve a win from this game, but we found a way not to lose it. It's the point gains. We will not play this bad all season long. I promise you guys that. That's the worst performance we've had under Arteta for a long time, man. Genuinely, I think it's the worst performance we've had under Arteta. Genuinely, guys, I'll tell you why, yeah? I know we've had bad performances like losing 5-0 to Man City, for example, and games like that. But given where the gulf between the two teams, given what I believe would be, in my opinion, a far better Arsenal team playing against Chelsea, we got outclassed and outperformed today. Chelsea were by far the better team. We couldn't get anything going whatsoever in that whole game. We didn't look like winning at all in that football match. So the fact we got a point from it, in my eyes, it's a point gained. Now, I will give a caveat that when Arsenal drew 2-2 to Liverpool last season at Anfield, I came out on this channel and said, I think it's a point gained as well. And lo and behold, we drew to West Ham, drew to Southampton, lost to Man City, lost to Brighton, lost to Forest, and lost the title. So the real thing is, right, we don't know if it's a point gained or 2 points lost. We don't know. If we beat Sheffield United and beat Newcastle, it's definitely a point gained because it ends up being 7 points out of 9 to start after the international break, playing Chelsea away and Newcastle away. But if we draw to Chelsea, beat Sheffield United, lose to Newcastle, it's bad. If we obviously draw to Sheffield United or draw to Newcastle, it's bad. So draws are all about your next game, in my opinion. That's all draws are about. You draw this game, fine. How do you respond next game? Do you win your next game? Because then it becomes an okay draw. Do you lose your next game? Then it's 5 points dropped. Do you draw your next game? It's 4 points dropped. Draws are all about how you respond. That's all it is, in my opinion. Now, thankfully, we've got a Champions League game in midweek, which is like a circuit breaker. We need that. A little Champions League game in midweek to obviously get us the players to get back into the swing of things again. There's a massive game on Saturday against Sheffield United. Again, let's be honest, we should win playing Sheffield United. So, guys, look, I think it's a good point overall in my eyes. I think it's a point that moves the ship forward. Before the game, did I want a point? Absolutely not. But you appreciate how the game went. You appreciate that we got outclassed, we got out-tacticked. You appreciate that our players did not perform anywhere near their peak of their powers. So you take it. You take it and you move. So Arsenal fans in the live chat, do you agree with me? Is it a point gained or 2 points lost? In my eyes, I think it's a point gained given how the match played. And I think we've got to look at it like that. But that doesn't mean that we don't assess it. I think players need to look at themselves. David Raya, look at yourself, brother. I think that was a terrible performance. Odegaard, you're the captain, bro. There's nothing more inevitable in life than Martin Odegaard going missing in a rainy away game. It always happens, guys, man. Death, life, and taxes, and Martin Odegaard going missing in a rainy away game, man. God forbid Stoke City would still be in the Premier League because Martin Odegaard would not have even been on the pitch in those games, man. Imagine Odegaard going missing in a rainy away games. Imagine if he was playing when Stoke win the Premier League, when Wimbledon win the Premier League. He would have nowhere near survived then, man. This probably needs to buck up his ideas, bro. You're captain of the football club. You can't only play well when it's home games and when it's all tippy-tappy against teams like Bournemouth, bro. This is a tough game. Roll up your sleeves, man. Rainy day. Muddy pitch. He won at it today, Odegaard, man. I thought Saka was poor as well. We too didn't do well, but we were going able to equalize. Yeah. And guys, also, yeah, I want to hear you guys' opinion on the Trossard celebration. I'm annoyed with Trossard. I'm very annoyed with Trossard. Now, as I said, did we deserve to win this football game? No, 100% we didn't. But it gets to a point, right, where for some way, somehow, some reason, you've made it 2-2 with 6 minutes plus added time to go. Why are you celebrating? Why are you celebrating a 2-2? I'm sorry, I don't celebrate draws. I've never been brought up to celebrate draws. I only celebrate victories. The only time I celebrate a draw is if it's a draw that's going to win us a Champions League game on aggregate or win us a title. That's the only time I celebrate a draw. No, there's no other reason. I don't care if it's Man City away or Chelsea away. At 2-2, you smell blood, bro. You're an assassin. I want a team of assassins. Man City, if they brought this game back to 2-2, would have smelt blood, got the football, back to halfway line, find a winner. Trossard, on the other hand, he scores goal to make it 2-2. He celebrates like he's won the football match. I don't get it. In that position, if I had scored a goal that Trossard scores, I would have been right there getting the football, back to halfway line spot, telling my team, I'm not happy, I want to win. Do we deserve a win? No. But football is not about who deserves what and who deserves X and who deserves Y. It's about what happens in the top left corner of the football match. And Arsenal did not deserve a win today. But at 2-2, he should have looked at it, Trossard, and gone, we can get a win here. It's not like we brought it back to 2-2 after it being like 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. It was 2-0 to 2-2. We, from absolutely nothing, from the depths of hell, sprung all the way back up with a lifeline. We were dead and buried. We were dead men walking. We were the walking dead in that game. We brought it back to 2-2. We were like Michael from GTA. We brought it back from the death. And suddenly, out of nowhere, it's 2-2. You get the ball. You go back to halfway line spot. You try and win that football game. But we didn't. We celebrated 2-2. We took the sting out of the game again. I don't get it. As soon as that game went 2-2, every Chelsea fan watching knew that the only way this game was going to be not a win, the only way this game would have been not a draw is if Arsenal won it. Look, that's not me being biased whatsoever. I believe that Chelsea were a better team today, 100%. But every single football fan knows this. Once that game went to 2-2 from 2-0 Chelsea up, the only two results that would have happened in that game was a 2-2 draw or a 3-2 Arsenal win. There was no way Chelsea were going to win that game once it went to 2-2. Zero chance. Zero. No way it was happening. Arsenal had all the momentum. Chelsea had all the confidence knocked out of them. The only way that game was not a draw was if Arsenal won it. But we sat there and celebrated. I don't get it because I know for a fact if Doku or Grealish or Haaland or Alvarez scored to make it 2-2 at the bridge, they are not celebrating. They're getting that ball back and they're finding a winner. For an absolute fact, I know that, man. I don't get it, man. That really annoyed me. That really annoys me, man. Look, I still think that it's a point gained, but I still think little things like that, man, it's a mentality thing right there. Find it, bro. Get that ball back and go for a winner. Appreciate the circumstance. Appreciate that you probably didn't deserve a win, but appreciate that God's given you a lifeline there. God's given you the ability to make it 2-2. Win that game. We're the kings of last-minute goals. We bagged 2 against Man United, 1 against Man City. We bagged basically a last-minute goal here with Trossard. Go and win the game, man. We've seen Tottenham 1-0 done against Sheffield United. Win that game 2-1. We've seen Tottenham last-minute win against Liverpool, for example. Goals in last minute happen, guys, man. It happens for an absolute fact. We should have gone and tried to get another one. But it's one of those things, man. Look at Liverpool last season when they drew against Arsenal. I think they won their next 6 games in a row. That's an example of a draw being a good result. Exactly, C1. When that game happened between Liverpool and Arsenal last season, I sat there and I said, I think it's a good point for Arsenal and a good point for Liverpool, given how the game went for both teams. And what ended up happening was, it was a bad point for Arsenal because we ended up to drop points our next 2 matches. And it was a good point for Liverpool because they ended up to win their next 6 games, as you said. So draws are all about how you follow it up. I always say this for an absolute fact. Draws about how you follow it up in football. And I think we need to focus now on trying to win our next game. 100%, man. Saka's not sharp. Yeah, he's still a little bit off it in my head. Still a little bit off it. I think this draw was better for Chelsea, although they needed a good performance against a good team. Yeah, I think it's a good draw for both teams. Genuinely, I think it's a good draw for both teams, man. And that's not me being defeatist in that respect. But I genuinely think it's a good draw for both teams, man. Thiago is 39. Bloody hell, he's old then. Bloody hell, he's old. AJ, nothing but a number. Yeah. Look, he just shows getting class, man. Absolutely class. Partey was needed today. We got F'd in the midfield. Yeah. 100%, man. I don't know why he didn't start. Not good. Not enough shots on goal. Abdi Wahab, appreciate Josh, my friend, I'm doing really well. Yeah. Arsenal, we were poor, brother. Poor today, man. Made no mistake about it. I know it was 2-2, but we did nothing today. Absolutely nothing. We were far off it, man. Don't know how we managed to get away with. We got away with murder today, to be honest with you guys. Cristiano, nearly 39 years old. Yeah, big up Ronaldo, man. Still kicking it. The other side of things I will say is that all managers to get a result against Arsenal, I knew Poch would be the one to do it because he understands what it's like to play Arsenal. Yeah, look, I think Pochettino's been poor to start at Chelsea. I'll be honest with you. I understand that it's a tough job in his hands, but I did expect more from him to start. But today he got the better of Mikel Arteta. I'll 100% agree with that. He tactically set up Chelsea perfectly. He understood that Arsenal were expecting a focal point, whether it was Nick Jackson, I believe Broja was out injured, and it actually probably helped Chelsea that they didn't have a striker up front, because what it meant was that Saliba and Gabriel who are very physical, competitive defenders, didn't know who to mark. They didn't know. It was just free-flowing stuff. And I think that helped Chelsea. They were a better team for sure. After 2-2, both teams played not for a draw, but they were playing not to lose. Exactly. And I think that was a bad mistake from Arsenal, man. We should have won that game once it went to 2-2. Look, on the balance of play, did we deserve a win? No. But at 2-2, we should have gone for the victory, man. We should have 100% gone straight for that victory. Go for the throats, bro. Smell blood, man. I just don't. I hate teams that don't have that killer instinct. Because I know for a fact, right? I know for an absolute fact, I'll put money on it, that if Man City had made it 2-2 in this exact same game, they would have got the ball back and gone for the win. I promise you that for a fact, guys, man. For an absolute fact. Why did we not smell blood, man? Why? I understand we didn't deserve to be in that position, but guys, it's the way the cookie crumbles, bro. It's the way the cookie crumbles. We had a lottery ticket that fell in our lap, but we should have gone for the victory. Selena, appreciate you on stream. My friend, doing really well. From Twitch as well, big up you. Hello, how you doing? Doing well, thank you. Obviously, a tough game for Arsenal, but we found a way to get a point. By watching so much Derby today, I'm really wanting Sunderland to promote to the Premier League. Really missing that Derby feeling. Yeah, Sunderland versus Newcastle. What a derby that is, man. What a derby. Maybe they're tired. Maybe. Where are you from? Turkey originally, but I live in North London. Exactly. What about the game against Sporting Lisbon and Lens? The Lens game's one of those games. I think Lens would just set up fantastically, like against Brentford. The Sporting Lisbon game equally. Look, it finished 2-2, and obviously it was poor because it was Europa League, and I thought we didn't perform at our best whatsoever. But they scored a goal from the halfway line. It's one of those things. I've never seen anything like it before. You can't really stop things like that. And equally, we actually didn't play that bad in that game. We weren't good, but we weren't that bad. Today, we were horrible, Arsenal. Like, genuinely, this is the worst performance I've seen Arsenal play in like 2 seasons. The first half was on par with the game against Aston Villa, that first half against that game, where we won 4-2. That first half against Aston Villa was crap as well. But yeah, first half today was horrible, guys. Absolutely horrible. And the second half, we got better, but still bad, man. Tuesday, yes. Arsenal versus Sevilla. I'll be streaming on Tuesday. I believe it's actually in Sevilla, though. So away game for Arsenal. Yesterday's guy, we got a point. Yeah, take the point, man. Today was the first time we conceded the way. Yeah, and we conceded 2 goals. And we let Mudryk score, man. We let Mudryk score of all people, bro. I've never seen it. Chelsea don't score goals. And we let them score 2 today. I would have grabbed the ball and took it to halfway line. Myself as well, C1. Myself as well. I don't get it sometimes. Trossard is always scoring goals for us, so I'll give him a pass today. Yeah, look, I wanted Trossard to come on the pitch. Guys, I was saying that. I was screaming at halftime, yeah? Zinchenko off, Jorginho off. I wanted them on the pitch, man. I wanted Partey on the pitch for Jorginho, and I wanted Tomiyasu on the pitch for Zinchenko. Arteta did half of it. He did half of it, to be fair to the lad. He brought on Tomiyasu, but he didn't bring on Partey. Then I was screaming for Trossard to come on the pitch as well. So I understood, right, that I personally would have taken off Saka, not Martinelli. So I thought Martinelli was more dangerous, but hey, I can't complain because Saka got the assist and Trossard got the goal. So fair play to Arteta, man, because I would have taken off Saka personally. But yeah, it's one of those things. Mikel got the tactics wrong today. I think tactics wrong is one thing. I think team selection was wrong as well. I think, look, one player can make a massive difference. I think Partey had to start instead of Jorginho today. Had to start. I think it was criminal not starting him, man. Shazwell, I appreciate you, my friend. I'm doing really well. Bro, it feels like a loss, man. I feel you, but bro, trust me, it's a good point, man. Trust me. You're reflecting it's a good point, my friend. Trust me. He better not mess up Tuesday. Yeah, I agree. That Tuesday's a big game, guys. After losing to Lens, Tuesday's a massive game for Arsenal. We can't lose that game. Losing to versus Forest was a good game. I heard it was super intense. That finished 2-2 as well, I believe. So yeah, good game apparently. Man United about to kick off. Yes. I don't know if I'm going to watch it though, because I'll probably watch UFC. But I'll watch some of the game maybe. But yeah, I might not stream after it because I will be watching the UFC. But yeah, big up to Man United. Hopefully they lose today against Sheffield United. But yeah, I would have liked to watch the game, but it's one of those things. If this match was at the end of the season, Arsenal would have gone for the kill. I think the point where we're at now, it was somewhat reasonable for me. That's the realistic opinion. You got more level-headed than me, Anish. Me personally, as soon as it went 2-2, I would have looked at it. I would have understood the probabilities. I would have understood where you're at. I would have understood that right now, where do any of you guys watch F1? I don't really watch F1 that much, but right now, we're Alpine in pole position. That's what it was. We were not deserving of being in pole position. Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc were having a stinker. Somehow, some way, we're in the first position. We're in P1. Go for the kill. Go for the kill. That's what I would have done personally. As soon as the game went to 2-2, I would have gone, you know what? Let's go for the win, man. Bun it. Go for the win. And all the post-match talk by the pundits, let it all say, oh, Arsenal did not deserve the win today, but found a way to win. Let it happen. That's what I would have gone for. At the end, it's still an undeserved point, but it's a point. We're not playing Sporting CP. Yeah, that was last season. Can't stand Mudryk. He's weird. Mudryk's done well recently, to be fair to him. I want Ramsdale back again. Ray let Mudryk score. His position was crap. When you can see that goal against Lens, against Man City as well, he looked terrible. I've been saying this as well, guys, yeah? I've been saying the same thing. Raya has been suspect. I think his kicking is overrated. I think he's got heavy Ivan Toney tax. Heavy Ivan Toney tax. Because a few times today, his kicking was poor, man. Kicking it out of play, beyond Martinelli, beyond Saka, etc. I thought his positioning was crap for the goal that he conceded. And I thought about 5 minutes later, he almost let Cole Palmer score, giving the ball away to him. I agree. I thought Raya was suspect as well. Are you streaming tomorrow for Aston Villa versus West Ham? Probably not. Couldn't care less about that game, to be honest with you. Monday, Spurs Fulham. Yes, Spurs versus Fulham. So my streaming schedule will be Spurs Fulham Monday, Tuesday Arsenal Champions League, Wednesday Newcastle Champions League, and then next stream will be on Friday for Crystal Palace versus Tottenham, I believe. That's my streaming schedule. I don't rate him Ramsdale as number one. Look, I think both keepers are decent, but I don't think that Raya is miles better than Ramsdale, to be honest with you. I will put Ramsdale back in goal personally. We need someone who can bang goals left, right, and centre. A proper number 9. Jesus can't finish. Eddie's a championship level. Okay, that's harsh. I feel you, but that's harsh. Tony this winter would fit perfectly. Brother Shazwat, 100% agree with you, my friend. Look at your profile picture, by the way. Bergkamp and Henry. Those are two elite players of this football club, man. If you stuck either one of those players up front today, we probably would have won the game. Probably would have won it. Let's be real with you right now. But here's the thing, yeah? I do think that in January, we need to sign a striker. We messed up last season, yeah? We messed up big time because in January, we signed Jorginho, we signed Kivior, we signed Trossard. Yes, very good signings, I think, on the balance of play. But we needed a real, statement signing. And not like Trossard wasn't that, but you get what I mean? Mudryk would have been a statement signing. Now, I appreciate that, actually, to be honest, yeah, that Trossard actually is better than Mudryk in terms of a signing. But we would have dropped £100 million on Mudryk. That would have been a statement. Liverpool dropped 60, 50 million on Luis Diaz. We in the January transfer window need to make a statement signing. A statement signing like an Ivan Toney. Just to lay down the marker. Give us that next catalyst moving forward. Me personally right now, yeah, I would go for Ivan Toney and what's it called? What's it called on his name, man? Pedro Neto from Wolves. I would go for those two players. Yes, it will cost 150 million combined, maybe, but Bunny, go for it, man. Go for it. Because we need those players. I would sell Smith Rowe in January. Nothing against him, just because he's not getting enough game time anyway. That would raise some more money. I think some other players can be sold as well, to be honest with you. But I personally would go for Pedro Neto and Ivan Toney in January. Those are the two players to go for. Now, just imagine we get countered on the attack any additional time. It's good we did not. I think Ryan's save against Jackson was massive. Yeah, good save as well. To be fair, I'd expect that save to happen, though, man. It wasn't exactly world-class. Personally, only got the job because of the Spanish connection. Harsh, but maybe true. Who knows, man? Are you streaming Chelsea versus Brentford? Is that next week? If so, probably not, because Arsenal game versus Sheffield is at 3 p.m. But I'll talk about the game anyway. I'll talk about the Chelsea-Brentford game later anyway, so don't worry about it. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Big up yourself. Ollie Watkins or the Gambler. Ivan Toney, 100%, man. Ivan Toney has to be the striker we go for. Ivan Toney or Victor Osimhen. Those are the only two players I want to see Arsenal sign. One plan, Lloyd, appreciate you, my friend, they're doing really well. One plan, Arteta is killing us. Why did he think that playing the same plan against City was going to win at Chelsea? Why didn't Partey start? Brother, I'm as lost as you why Partey didn't start. I've heard people online say, oh, he's injured. He's still trying to get back into full fitness. Brother, he played 30 minutes against, he played 20 minutes against Man City 2 weeks ago and has had 2 weeks off playing for Ghana in the international break. The brother's got time, man. He's got full fitness. Partey is never going to be 100% fit. Never. Whenever you play Partey, you're going to have a 10% chance of him getting injured. It's just the way it is. It's just the way the brother's built. So play him, man. No game should be taken lightly. If I see him start against Sevilla, I'll be pissed, man. Why are you starting against Sevilla but not again today? I don't get it. There's no way that will happen. Hey, believe. Get rid of Kai. We're not getting rid of Kai, man. He just signed this summer. We need a right back as well, but I don't know who we in the market. I don't mind us not signing right back, to be fair, because I think Tomiyasu can switch back to right back. Because look, Timber coming back will be a massive signing for us back, man. Timber is going to be a brand new signing when he comes back in February, March. We've missed that brother badly, man. We're missing him big time because Timber's a fantastic player. I'll tell you that for a fact, man. We need Timber back big time. He would not make the same mistakes that Zinchenko makes. That's 14th. That's 14th top 5 game he's missed. Yeah, I'm not surprised, man, because that's Partey in a nutshell. Partey's the Arsenal's Neymar, lesser flair he has. Yeah, always injured, man, always. Are you streaming for Wolves versus Newcastle 5:30 p.m. kickoff? No, probably not. Brighton versus Fulham 2 p.m. kickoff? No. Manchester Derby 4:30 kickoff. Okay, yeah. Next weekend I'm streaming Arsenal versus what's it called? Sheffield United and the Manchester Derby. Those 2 games I'll stream, and also Tottenham versus Palace, I believe, is on Friday. So those are the 3 games I'm streaming. I'm not streaming a Wolves versus Newcastle game. I CBA for that. Brighton versus Fulham, equally dead game as well, man. Does he have a twin timber? He does. Bro, thoughts on Ben White defensively? He looks sloppy going forward. He's strong, but defensively, he's a suspect. I thought Ben White weren't great today, to be honest with you. I thought Ben White had a bit of a poor game today. I said it from before. I think Ben White's got a lot to improve upon today defensively. He changed his hairstyle. It's like his old performance went with it. I couldn't believe it, man. But yeah, to be fair, I think everyone was bad today, though. So I'm not going to single out Ben White. It wasn't like he was a bad player on the pitch today. I thought everyone was bad. I thought Odegaard deserves a lot of criticism today. He was non-existent. Whenever it's raining, this brother never performs. It's typical, bro. Rainy day, Odegaard will never roll his sleeves up, man. Never. Typical, man. So yeah, I thought Odegaard's got a lot to account for. I thought, to be fair with you guys, yeah, I think that what's the guy's name, man? Saka was suspect as well today. Barely played. I thought Cucurella had the better of him. I thought Martinelli was the only one that was trying, and Rice as well, to be fair. I thought Jesus was sloppy up front, did nothing. I thought Saliba lost his head after giving away the penalty, which he didn't deserve to, because it's not like it was his fault he gave away the penalty. It was just one of those things. It's just the way the law is right now. He didn't need to lose his head like that. But look, it's the way it could crumble sometimes. You just got to take it. You just got to take it the way it is. But yeah, guys, look, to round off, yeah, if we look at the Premier League table, I'm not mistaken, right? Man City at top, Arsenal second. We're level on points with Man City. They've got 2 more goal difference than us, but it's one of those things. We're level on points with Man City. We're a point ahead of Liverpool, a point ahead of Tottenham. But Tottenham play tomorrow and will probably win, to be honest with you guys. So, guys, it's not the end of the world. Genuinely, it's not the end of the world, man. A point is a point. We take it and we move forward. We have to win against Sheffield United. And for me, we have to beat Newcastle now. I think we do. Spurs have 3 night games in a row. Fulham, Monday, Palace Friday, and Chelsea at home the following week. Yes. Spurs got a lot of games right now. And this is the thing, right? Spurs play on Monday against Fulham. Spurs should win that game. They should, 100%. But anything can happen. Anything can happen. Let's not forget that. Declan Rice will be world-class. What a player, man. Yeah, I agree. Fantastic player he is. Martin grew up in Norway. Should be used to dark, cold weather and winter. They have an hour of sunshine. Yeah, exactly. But God forbid if he would have had to play in the era of Stoke City. Because this brother cannot play, man. This brother cannot play football. Martin Odegaard when it's raining. I can't believe it. He struggles when it rains. The way we signed the Chelsea squad after 2-2 was so satisfying, man. Yeah, big time, man. But I wanted the win, bro. Like, the dopamine that would have hit if we'd won this game 3-2 in the last minute. Oh, my days. Kai Havertz 3-2 dagger in the last minute. That dopamine would have been any sort of drug on this planet. Any sort of drug on this planet. It was if Kai Havertz made it 3-2 in the last minute. Good to see you, and I hope they lose all. Yeah, me too. Chelsea game is also on Monday. Yes. Good night, brother. See you next stream. Appreciate you on stream as always, Shaz. But I hope to see you my next one. Take care, my friend. Martin Odegaard should be like Bjorn Ironside from Vikings. He's from Norway. Come on. Yeah, bro. Genuinely, man. Martin Odegaard, bro. Buck up your ideas, because this was not a good performance from you, man. Not a good performance whatsoever. But yeah, I want to appreciate everyone that tuned to the stream today, to be honest with you guys, yeah. I think that we take the point. We move forward. The next Arsenal stream will be after Sevilla on Tuesday. 10 p.m. roughly the stream will start after that one. The Reece Nelson drug. Yeah, man. We did the Reece Nelson last minute winner. Also, before we go, let's pay our tributes to Bobby Charlton, who passed away today. What a legend he was. Yes. Good point, C1, man. Condolences. Rest in peace to Sir Bobby Charlton. 1966 World Cup winner with England, I do believe. So, yeah. I wish him the absolute best. I wish his family the absolute best in this tough situation. Obviously, not an easy situation for anyone, but it's just one of those things. I believe that hopefully they will obviously do a tribute for him in the game. I didn't watch it, but hopefully they're doing a tribute for him in the game right now between Sheffield United and Manchester United. And in the next home game, I expect Manchester United to also do a tribute for one of the greatest players in English football history, to be honest with you. So, yeah, rest in peace to Sir Bobby Charlton. UEFA Champions League nights away. Come on, lads, let's go. Good night. Yes. Big up, man. Come on, Arsenal. We need a bounce back win. W stream, W guy, big up there. Appreciation stream is always Anish. Chelsea game I mentioned was Spurs versus Chelsea. That was also Monday. Yes, I can't wait for it as well. In a few weeks' time, though. In 3 weeks, right? That game. Can't wait for it. I know it's another international break coming up. So, yeah. Football coming thick and fast, but international breaks. That's the way it is. But yeah, appreciate everyone that tuned in. As always, hope to catch you guys all in my next stream on Monday between between Spurs and Fulham. Check out my videos that'll be coming out. Will be clips from my live stream tonight and tomorrow, I do believe. And I hope to see you all in my next one.